In our design, we had a waterfall that actually comes from the top there, falling into this area here. The sun is actually being blocked by this cantilever. This tapered edge really makes the slab feel like it's floating, and it's very lightweight. Today we are standing here at Waterfall, which we had previously discussed in the architectural design side. Today we're doing a reveal for you as the work is progressing on site. You can actually see the ideas that we incorporated and how we actually did it and the execution of that. So if you want to see on the design side how we had planned it, click the link above and you will see what we did so you can get the design flow that we had anticipated. Standing here in front of the home, you can see the beautiful cantilever that is actually projecting over my head, and you can actually see the tapered edges that we had anticipated in the design. So this tapered edge really makes the slab feel like it's floating, and it's very lightweight, even though it is the same structure that would normally be anticipated. And also behind me, you can see that the volume is actually, it's a 1.5 volume. I'm actually slightly elevated as the soil levels haven't been completed, but here you can see the height that there is actually in this lobby. So it is really a stunning lobby. You get a real great sense of openness and space, and that feeling when you enter, which is just amazing. We've got our water features which will still happen in this area. So currently I'm actually standing on the bottom of the water feature. So the level of the water feature will still come up to this level, and we'll actually cross over that water feature as we walk into the home. And here also we spoke about the design and why we raised the entrance. You can actually see how by raising the roof here, we avoid various clashes between the roof and also the light that actually comes into this section. As you can see, it's beautifully light and open. And then from here, you get stunning views directly through the home, onto your swimming pool, which to follow there, and into the distance. So something which we did on this particular design is we took the garages and we flared them in slightly, just so that they don't face parallel onto the street. And from here you can actually clearly see the angle of the garage. It is just slightly tilted towards the inside, so it kind of is centrally focused, and it creates quite a different feel to your garages that are just generally in a straight direction. So this design with the kind of flared garages is similar to Eagle Wings, which we did, except in reverse. There we did the bedrooms and the entertainment area flared. Here we're flaring the garages because we really want the entrance to be impactful. So if you want to see how we designed that home for Austin, Texas, please click the link. Arriving now in our entrance, we still have that voluminous effect, really 1.5 volume still. So actually our front door sits in this section here. So here we've actually got our study. So partially it will have a glass wall that sits on the front facing out towards the entrance and also facing out directly onto the water feature, which is directly in front of it. This is where we had made a change in the design from the original design. So initially this section here was actually not enclosed, it was actually part of an atrium, and what we've done now is we've actually put a roof over that section with skylight, so you can see the skylights in here, so it still maintains that very open feel, very light and airy, and you really get a sense of that double volume space where the lounge would actually be situated in this area here. So something that, if you look at the 3Ds that you will find missing at the moment is our staircase. So there's a staircase design that actually starts in this area here. So you can see the steel is currently shaped for that. So at the moment we are looking at the design of this staircase, which is not going to be just a concrete design. We're actually looking at doing that staircase out of glass, but we'll update you as we release the final version of this when the home is complete. Something that you can clearly see in this area here is the open style design, which we really like. You can see how all of these spaces actually directly exit onto your entertainment. I'm actually standing in the dining area here at the moment. We've got the lounge, which will fall towards our left-hand side there. And on the right-hand side here, we have got our kitchen and our family room that is in this area. So really very large entertainment style home where everything can be opened up. All the spaces communicate with each other. Each space has got its own area. As you can see how we've emphasized that in the ceilings. You can see this section of the ceiling is up. So it actually defines the space that we've got for our family room here. You can see the design of the kitchen with the bulkheads that we've designed in here, which defines that space there. Above me here, you can actually see the dining area has got LED strip lights and things in here. So each area, even though the spaces are very open and combined together, each space is individually treated and finished. Standing in front of the home here, we are actually standing on the edge of the fire pit at the moment. You can actually see the concrete has been poured with tapers so that it gives you the very light edges, so you can actually see the whole massing of the concrete structure has been deteriorated, so you get this very slender elements running around. It really makes the house feel very light and airy and floating, and it emphasizes the roofs actually floating on this area, which you will more clearly see once the design is completely built. Behind me here, we've got a really nice view of our entertainment area. So on this side, we actually utilized the chimneys and the fireplace here in order to become a obstruction between the two entertainment areas, which is actually our formal entertainment area and a door that will open up from our patio here. So almost just separating these two elements slightly visually and also physically. I'm currently standing in the fire pit, and I just wanted to explain to you what we do with our fire pits. So generally we set the level of the fire pit down, and we introduce the level of the seat at about this level here, so that when you are sitting in this area, you can see the wind is actually going over the top of my head, so that you can experience the fireplace a bit more intimately, and that fire actually has a lot more impact when it is set down like this. And then this is the swimming pool area here, and on the opposite side we actually have the area where our lounges will be situated, just with a little bit of water in that area. So you get this really long swimming pool and entertainment section. And in our design, we had a waterfall that actually comes from the top there, falling into this area here. And at the moment, we are still hoping that that will happen in that way. This is just a different vantage point and view of our patio and entertainment area. So from here we've got the formal lounge, or our rec area, that will actually come out onto this level. We've got the dining room in the center, and in the section you can see there's a depression in the concrete here, where we're going to do a flower bed in this section here, with potentially some trees that will in the future grow into that open void that we've cut into the slab. Currently we are in the dressing area, and we like to split up the dressing area in almost like a his and hers section. So here you can see there's almost two identical sections for the his and hers. Generally we make the hers component slightly larger. It is generally to do with bags and shoes and stuff like that. So we have additional space just to accommodate a bag room or possibly a shoe cupboard or something to that extent. What we have done is we have inserted windows actually on both sides, so that we can get lighting into this area, so it'll be naturally lit, and these windows will probably be white frosted glass, so you cannot view into them, but the light will be translucent and come through into this section. Here we can see very nice big openings opening up to the outside onto just a small functional balcony, and not a very large space. And something which is nice to note here, you can see the line of the trusses actually going up to that point, and we have incorporated a window that will be at the top there, so it'll be great in the morning. It'll let light in through there, and we'll probably put electric blinds there, so it's easy to operate, so you can choose whether you want that open or at what time you want them to open. Here, I actually just want to demonstrate to you, in one of the bedrooms, you can see the nice loft effect that we've created with the oversailing roof over a clear story window that we've put in the top there. So during the winter, with the lower angle of the sun will actually come into this area. Where in the summer, if you look at the shadow up against this wall here, the sun is actually being blocked by this a cantilever, not to enter into the bedroom. So in the summer it blocks the light, in the winter because of the lower angle of the sun the sun would actually come into this room. Because the roof is not on, we can actually show you exactly where the roof is positioned and the shadows, as you know, it is springtime at the moment. Thank you very much for watching. It'll be great to have your views of whether we need the waterfall that we want to do from the top falling into that bottom section, or whether you think it can go without it.